All right, this is New Hampshire Track and Field.com, powered by Runner's Alley, coming with you with the latest version of Celebrating Seniors. This might be like number 40 by the time we air it, and we're with a couple of Bears, Cody Tanguay and Shane Cameron. Fellas, how we doing?
Pretty good.
Doing good, doing good.
Good. So we have Cody Tanguay, the pole vaulter, who you could tell by the bottom of his screen. He's not a big fan of running, but he's run cross country for 4 years. And then you got Shane, who's your middle distance stud. So this is going to be a nice interview of kind of two different kind of athletes. So Shane, let's start off with you. Describe how you handle this COVID-19 related situations like remote learning, which you guys are done at Coe-Brown. Coe-Brown's always over early. You're about to do the graduation parade that a lot of schools are going to be doing. How have you handled this whole thing?
I think it's really a shame that this COVID-19 pandemic had the season canceled because if anything, I think I was able to train a little bit harder because I wasn't in the classroom all day. And I was able to get a little bit more sleep and able to like schedule like when I could eat, when I could like drink more. Like I had a little bit more freedom. So I think I was able to train a little bit harder, if anything.
And how were the academics for you as far as the transition of that?
It was kind of difficult for classes such as like math, where you kind of have to be like hands on with a teacher to learn stuff in the classroom. But I realized that the teachers probably put their best effort forward to try and teach us and keep us motivated in the classroom. And I don't know, it went pretty well.
All right, Cody, how about yourself?
Uh, yeah, like Shane said, it sucks that it happened, but definitely could train harder. And I haven't really been affected that much by it because I've gone about things like normal. I mean, schoolwork was definitely a heavier load, but it wasn't that bad.
So as a pole vaulter, you didn't set something up in your backyard, like vaulting into a stream bed, or we know how tough you guys are in Deerfield. We're just wondering.
I mean, I was tempted to, but thought it was not that good of an idea. So
Yeah, and this definitely had a bit of a stronger impact on pole vaulters and field event guys. So I
yeah.
can totally understand where you're coming from. All right, so Cody, start us off with the next one. When did you start competing in track and field? Let's start talking about this great sport of track and field.
So I started freshman year. I was more of a soccer player in middle school, so I didn't really do any of the running or track events. So yeah, and I started doing pole vault freshman year, kind of as a joke because I thought it'd just be funny, but turns out I loved it and I poured my heart and soul into it and got pretty far with it. So
Yeah, you vaulted 11 feet, and you were a big scorer on last year's state championship team. So what about you, Shane? How did you get started with track and field?
Let's see. So I believe I did Hershey track and field when I was really young, probably around like 6 or 7 years old. And obviously that wasn't really like any true competition because I was so young. And then I did it for a little while in middle school. But I remember I just kind of wanted to have the season off because I still was playing soccer at the time. So I would go to like soccer camps and stuff. And then freshman year is when I really was serious with running, and that's kind of when I started track, like competing officially.
Awesome, and your dad is a coach, so that might have had a lot to do with it as well, right?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. I'll share some more
And
info
no
on
worries,
that
no worries.
later.
So, what is your favorite? I mean, Cody, you're going to answer this fine, but let's start with Shane. Shane, what is your favorite track and field event?
I gotta go with the 400, short and sweet. I mean, I think it's really just it. People claim for it to be like one of the hardest events in track, but I think it's really only the last 100 to 200 where you're really working. And I don't know. I just think it's all about like who's got the most heart, who's got the like the guts to freaking leave it on the line for the last like 100, 200.
You kind of had that opportunity last year at the D2 state championships, jumping into the 4x4 at the end of a hot day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
cool. Cody, say pole vault. We all know.
yeah, so I have to say pole vault is my favorite just because the whole event takes 7 seconds and it's just as much of a mental game as it is a physical. Uh, event. So
Which aspect of the vault do you like the best?
uh, definitely like right when you get the pole in the pit, just because everything happens in a second, and then you're in the air and going over the bar.
Awesome.
So
Oh, well then, Cody, what was your favorite, or can you describe for us your favorite competition memory?
definitely last year's state meet, because the pole vaulters weren't even acting like it was a state meet. It was just business as usual, and like we were all joking around, having fun, uh, and it was a great time. Like you didn't even notice that it was states because how everyone was acting.
Yeah, but the big screen and being at UNH didn't distract you guys at all.
Oh, it definitely was.
Vaulters are a little bit different. We all know that, but that's okay. They're different for a reason. Shane, how about you? What was your favorite competition memory?
I mean, I gotta go with Cody and say last year's state championship for the first time in Coe-Brown boys track and field history. We were able to pull off a state championship. So, I mean, just the energy and just like how excited everyone was and how like we knew that like we really worked hard for that throughout the season and way before the season too. It was just great.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, Shane, if you could do any other event in track and field that you haven't done yet, what would it be?
Honestly, I'd maybe try the hurdles. I mean, I know that I have like a pretty decent like stride for it, but the problem is I could never get the form down. And I don't know if I'd do like the 110 hurdles, but the I think the 300 hurdles, I'd probably try that.
Or with your middle distance background, 3,000 meter steeplechase.
Steeplechase would actually be another one I would try. My dad, he did that in high school and he loved it, but unfortunately, not a lot of tracks around here have that available as an event.
Understand? Never know in college though. Cody, how
Yeah.
about yourself? And you cannot pick pole vault.
Uh, Probably one of the relays, just because I did one in indoor track this year, and I thought it was a blast, but never did an outdoor. But I feel like it'd be fun.
Which one?
Uh, I don't know, one of them, the 400, 800. I do
Four
We
by
did
either.
the four
mile?
by
You want to do
four.
a 4 by mile? Seriously, any of them?
Yeah, I throw me in. I don't care.
All right, all right, all right. So, what about your favorite workout? Cody, let's start off with you. It can be a
Uh,
pole vault kind of workout too. So,
Honestly, I liked all the workouts we did. Like yes, it sucked when we were doing it, but when we were done, it was just awesome. Like I love that feeling when you're sore and tired, but you know you did all you could do, and you're making yourself better. So I couldn't like pinpoint one exact workout.
cool. Shane, how about yourself?
I'd probably pick something around like a mix of 200s and 400s. Like sometimes it varies how many 200s, how many 400s we do, but like I mean that's kind of like my bread and butter. Like those are like my favorite kind of events to work out, and I feel like it really translate on the track. My performance in the workout. So
Cool. All right, staying with you, Shane. How does your coach motivate you?
I mean, my coach has motivated me not only on the track but in the classroom, and they've always emphasized that like school comes first, but at the same time, the level of dedication they put forward to our program is just amazing, and I think that kind of motivated me because I knew that they were putting their best effort forward, my teammates were putting my best effort forward, so then I had to too, and they just they really they've been there for me for like through thick and thin. So yeah.
Cool. Well put. Cody, now your main coach is your dad, and we know you make fun of him a lot. So it's up to you how you want to handle this one.
Well, for him being my main coach, he's pretty good for the fact that he literally started last year and we got a state championship out of it. But uh, with pole vault, we don't. We have multiple coaches. We have like you, Cox, for example, and Sherpa, and all these different opinions and their ways of going about it helps a lot. So, yeah.
Cool. So the information is motivational.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the question, but
All right. Well, let's keep it to you guys then, Cody. What motivates you inside? Like, what makes you want to do better, or make you want to keep coming back to the track or to the pole vault runway?
definitely because it's fun. But seeing the guys next to me, they're working their butts off to get better, and I want to be able to compete with them and try to beat them. So that definitely motivates me a lot.
Just dig the competition.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, Shane. How about yourself? What drives Shane Cameron?
I mean, I think it's just kind of in my DNA and just like my nature is that like I try not to be satisfied. Like I try not to settle. And that's the beauty about track and running is that you can always have a PR, you can always do better. And I feel like that just drives me because you keep working harder and harder and translate translates into the results. So
Cool. All right, let's talk about after high school plans. If you're going to college, do you plan on competing in track and field, Shane? You're going to Merrimack?
I am going to Merrimack,
Okay.
and as of right now, I do not have plans to participate in track, but that could change in the future. I'm not sure.
All right. Cool. Cody, tell us about your plans for after high school.
Planning on going to the Navy, getting a decent job where I'm traveling a lot more. That's basically it. I mean, hopefully this will be a good fit for me, and I stick with it. But if I don't, probably will go to college. So,
All right, but you want to see the world first, kind of through the Navy the best you can?
yep.
All right, cool. So, Cody, sticking with you, what's your favorite thing about track and field that you'll take with you?
Uh, just the work ethic that we learned that during the sport. Just because, like for me, for example, uh, freshman year I sucked at pole vault. I was hardly making it over the bar, and by the end I was getting close to the school record. So hard work pays off.
What about you, Shane? What's your favorite thing about track and field?
I mean, also what Cody said, like the work ethic that you kind of build just by working out on those hot summer days and like also I think just I love the meets, like just everyone like gathered together and like at the end when usually it's like the 4x4 like that's the last event. Sometimes it comes down to the wire. Like it's the intensity like but and they like it gets your blood building and you get like butterflies in your stomach, especially if like you're participating in the event. But it's just like that feeling after you race too. Like I don't know, I can't choose one thing.
Yeah, it just seems like you guys both just dig the sport and the atmosphere it creates.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
For sure.
All right, so here comes some quick questions, okay? Shane, start us off with this one. Favorite track and field facility?
I mean, I don't mean to be biased, but I gotta say ours now. But as of last year for the state meet, I gotta say UNH is a beautiful track facility,
yeah.
especially with that big screen and like the bleachers and it's like a stadium basically. So love that.
Cool. Cody.
Uh, I would have to agree with Shane for those two, and definitely I think it's Dover and the Merrimack High School.
Dover High School? When were you at Dover High School?
I don't know. It's one of the later meets in the year. I don't remember what school it was.
Merrimack, you dig Merrimack.
Merrimack, and there's another one, but I have no clue.
He just goes and sees the runway and tries to get over the bar, ladies and gentlemen. That's Cody Tanguay.
Wait, where's the one that we get Chick-fil-A at? That's
Merrimack.
Is that Merrimack?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Clipper Relays at Portsmouth, Cody?
No, it's not. Last year we had to help set up because they were still in school. We always get there early.
Oh, Exeter, Seacoast.
Exeter? Okay, that's it.
That's always a great pole vault competition there too. I can see why you say that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so what's your favorite pre-meet meal, Cody? This could be totally different between Cody and Shane here.
I'd have to say steak, and that's it.
All right, Shane.
Just steak.
Yeah.
It depends on when I'm running and what I'm running. I mean, steak is great too. But say I'm running a little bit earlier, I'd like to go with something lighter. So like a bagel with peanut butter would probably be one of my other favorites.
All right, sweet. Shane, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? Not with the COVID nightmare, but when everything's normal.
I don't know. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii or really anywhere like tropical. I haven't really traveled too much, so I definitely wanna do that in the future.
Cool. Cody.
Definitely Italy because I've been there once and I love the place. So
Want to go back there?
yeah.
Okay. Cool. What about your favorite pre-race song, Cody?
Uh, Honestly, anything Motley Crue because that just gets me pumped up and I'm like, let's go, let's get this. So yeah.
Dude, that is awesome. You should have grew up in the 80s. Shane, how about yourself? And feel free to bust it out.
Bust it out.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. I gotta go. Probably it's just called "Long Time Intro" by Playboy Cardi. I don't know. That song is like it's great for any mood, for getting hype or for just chilling out, vibing out. It's a great song. Love that.
All right. Cool. Shane, sticking with you, what would you do if you couldn't fail?
This is a question I was confused about, but like if I couldn't fail, honestly, I don't know. I'd probably do something with math or like computers, like something really complicated. Like I don't know.
Interesting. Goodwill Hunting. What about you, Cody?
Honestly, probably something really stupid like sailing across the Atlantic, but like I don't know. Like if I couldn't fail, I'd do something really, really stupid.
Like sailing across the Atlantic, huh? All right. So, what's your best advice or quote ever given to you, Cody?
Uh, just take a moment if you're frustrated and then go back at it. Don't quit.
All right. What about you, Shane?
I mean, I think just that true but kind of typical pain is temporary. Like especially like in a workout or on the middle of a race, you just have to keep that tucked in the back of your mind that pain is temporary but glory is forever. And if whoever can handle pain the most is usually the one who can succeed the most. So
All right. Well said. Well said. All right. Here we come. The last part of this interview, your last opportunity to give shout outs to say thank you to those that have supported you throughout your 4 years. And we're going to start with you, Shane.
all right. So I mean, of course, I'd like to shout out the amazing coaching staff. So Coach Cox, Coach Kasich, Coach Hall, Coach Bassett. There's a lot more coaches, but those are the ones that really have helped me at least. And also big shout out to my parents, Mary Jo Cameron and Chris Cameron. They really helped me stay focused and stay motivated with track and with cross country. So yeah.
Awesome. Cody, how about yourself?
Uh, of course, the coaches, like Shane said, the few that he forgot, like Mr. O'Rourke or Mr. Costello.
Oh
Even
yeah.
though we don't deal with them that much, they're still a big help. My parents, of course, especially since my dad was the pole vault coach, still is, but he helped me along. We definitely put in a lot more hours than we should have vaulting on some days. Like we would be there like an hour or two later than everyone else. But other than that, probably my brother because he definitely helped me with the running aspect because I was never a big fan of it. Uh, and yeah, so other than that, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a surprise. He has given a shout out to his brother Evan. They do have a sibling rivalry, but it's really funny at times. Hey guys, thank you so much. Obviously, all of Coe-Brown and as well as New Hampshire Track and Field. They've enjoyed watching you guys both develop over 4 years and overcome some adversity, obviously. And it's just been a pure pleasure. So thank you. And on behalf of NewHampshireTrackandField.com, powered by Runners Alley, we thank you for joining us and wish you luck in the future. Don't be strangers. Come back and say hi.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Thank you.